Who's a better businessman, Superman or Batman?
Batman.
No, Superman is. Have you ever heard of a bat market? Welcome to the greatest DC comic show on YouTube. It's Fanboys Live and the Retro Review, and we are so excited that you're here for us to wrap up another weekend. I say us, it's me, Ryan Magic Lasso, joined by the Royal of Foils, Mr. Signature King. How are things in the kingdom?
Good, good. Very good. Had a shave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm more aerodynamic on them roller coasters.
You are, yes. You were out at the carnival today, right?
Hershey Park. It's a local theme park in Hershey, Pennsylvania, where they make Reese's peanut butter cups, Kit Kat bars, chocolate bars. So, oh yeah, dude, you could do some damage.
Oh yeah,
if you like, candy, and everything's candy themed and chocolate themed. So it's like, oh man, I better go to that theme park with 2 shots of insulin.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're happy that you made it back for tonight's show. I got my Dolly shirt on.
Wow.
Because, there ain't nothing like a Dolly party.
That's true. You know why?
Why?
Because a Dolly party don't stop.
You know where a Dolly party takes place at?
Where?
2 doors down. Everyone's invited to a Dolly party except one person, who is not invited?
Who?
Jolene.
Jolene. Dang it, Jolene.
That's right. But we are here and happy that you're joining us too. Was there any comic hunting this past week for you?
Yes. Where did I put it? Right here. So, just nothing extreme. Just weekly issues, but cool one that I did pick up. I'd say the coolest pickup of the week is this really nice David Nakayama. Batgirl Breakout, I think is what it is. I forget what it is.
Barbara Gordon Breakout.
Barbara Gordon Breakout, yeah. Very cool. Happy with the foils.
I am a DNA fan. I met that David Nakayama at the end of C2E2, and I was like, that's my friend.
He's everyone I've talked to that has talked to David Nakayama, I think has said almost the exact same thing. David Nakayama is just a super down-to-earth, approachable dude. And that makes me happy because I want to meet him.
You need to. Once you meet him, I already kind of did, but after I met him, I wanted every cover that he's ever drawn. I liked him that much.
He doesn't come out east. I don't know why. If he does, it's usually like New York or Orlando.
Yeah.
Nowhere near me.
Yeah, well, maybe someday.
Yeah, hopefully. That'd be nice.
Let's say hi to some folks who are joining us in the live chat. HWG says John's Comics with Friends, first one in. So thank you very much for being here. Followed right up with White Tiger Cool, Calm Collected, Muabunga to Ruby G. And Ruby knows that party ain't starting without Dolly. Ruben just AOK'd something to me, which I just opened and filmed for my video that's dropping on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yes. So thank you. This is my first time getting a chance to speak to Ruby G. I just opened it. Thank you so much. I am excited to show everyone Tuesday afternoon the awesomeness that you sent my way.
I bet it's comic book related.
But it is too. Spoiler, it is.
It's a good guess.
Yeah. If you're watching on the rewind, thank you so much for joining us too. It means a lot. So we'll segue over into the world of DC Comics news.
Yeah. Have you seen the Supergirl day covers? Or Summer Supergirl, I should say. Summer Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
Which have you pre-ordered any?
No, I haven't.
I just kind of
glanced at them.
Sure. You kind of have your ear on this industry in terms of inside the LCS. So have you seen any particular cover getting pre-ordered more than others?
No, I have not.
Okay. Do you know how many your particular shop is getting? Or what covers they're getting?
No, I don't.
Dang. When is June 17th, I think is when it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a couple I really want to get. I really want to focus on the Millie Alcock covers.
Yeah. For like a signing opportunity.
For a signing opportunity, so maybe I can recreate some magic here. The problem is there's a couple of them, and all of them are really good choices.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I would love for one of them to turn out to be a foil. But so far, I've seen none of them are foils. They're all just cardstock variants.
I can't believe that there won't be a foil somewhere.
Yeah. Knowing my luck, the foil cover will be like the one cover I really don't want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Man, but I'm looking forward to the summer of Supergirl. Maybe my LCS will be doing some kind of event, and I'll be able to take my daughters to, and they'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah, you can take them for your first viewing, or will you see it first and then take them later?
I always see it. Me and the missus go and see it first.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we're worried about it being inappropriate. I mean, it's a James Gunn DC superhero movie,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just something that we like to do together. And then my wife will skip the second viewing, and then I'll take my daughters.
Yeah, you probably find a lot of stuff in the second viewing that you never saw in the first.
Yeah. We're looking forward to it. My last movie my daughter saw with me in the theater was Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And she really loved it. She really had a lot of fun watching the Silver Surfer.
Nice. So in other comic book news, let's talk about the Fury of Firestorm. It is no longer a 6-issue miniseries. It's an 8-issue or a 9-issue miniseries, depending on who you ask. So originally, when Fury of Firestorm was listed as a 6-issue mini, the solicitations have shifted the next level title to 8. But Jeff Lemire is saying that Fury of Firestorm will expand again, and it will run for 9 issues. So issue 1 of Fury of Firestorm sold out, and will be heading back to print with a second printing coming next month.
When does that first issue come out?
It did. It already did, and it sold out.
Oh, it did. I ordered it. I wonder why I didn't get one. Oh,
yeah, that came out because issue 2 just came out this past week. So issue 1 would have come out a month before that.
So I'm behind. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There were
I didn't realize it.
Good covers for that too, including some foils.
I'll have to check it out. I swear I ordered it. I have to check my Comic Hub.
Yeah, I thought you told us that you got one. Wasn't there even a poll if Tony was going to buy the Fury of Firestorm?
There was, and I responded to the poll like, "Bro, I already had it pre-ordered." I swear I pre-ordered it, or maybe I did, and maybe I didn't get a second copy. I don't know, because usually when I get stuff home, I'll scan it into CLZ, bag it, board it, put it away. But I'm a little behind, so trying to organize for a few conventions coming up. So I got some space issues over here going, and for whatever reason, I do have some fireworks.
Okay. This is slightly off topic, but we're gonna have a little time in this week's show, so I don't feel bad about diverting. But it's about the Fury of Firestorm, but it's kind of off topic at the same time.
Sure.
So I know this amazing person, Magic Jenny, and she will not buy the Fury of Firestorm. Okay. Because she doesn't really buy comic books except for the supernatural comic books. And I try to get her to buy the Fury of Firestorm, but I don't want her to buy it out of pity or out of just leave me alone. Tony, what do you say to her? Because she wants to spend her money on magic cards instead.
On magic cards?
Yeah, magic cards instead of buying the Fury of Firestorm.
Oh, when you said magic, I thought you were talking like magic superheroes. Constantine, Zatanna, whatever.
No. She wants to buy magic, the game cards.
Gotcha.
Now, Tony, what do you want to say to her?
So many things come to mind. I'll say, listen, I would recommend buying it for a few reasons I'll list off here. For the first, it is a underrated, very underrated superhero. If you haven't seen Legends of Tomorrow, I highly recommend it. And the artwork is going to be phenomenal. And the fact that it's sold out tells me a few things. One, you missed that boat. The train's gone. Train's pulled in the next station. You're not on it. So jump on that train. Go somewhere. Find a first print. Get back on the train with us. We're going to Disneyland. It's going to be wonderful.
Okay. Thank you very much. New additions to the live chat. Meow to the Jackson Roykirk. How you doing? Hope you've had a nice weekend as well. Olivia's saying, did we see the variant covers? Should we show the variant covers, do you think, Tony?
Oh, yeah. I can pull that up.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we did talk about it just a moment ago, Olivia. Welcome to the live stream, though. We're happy that you're here tonight.
All right, let me pop up my screen here.
Hey, Olivia, you're going to see a little WW in tonight's retro review, and I just found out that our special guest for next week, you'll see a little WW next week, too.
Oh, cool.
Okay, here we go.
See if I can make that a little bit better. That's a little bit better. So, yeah.
I already know which one is my favorite.
Which one?
Which one do you think?
If I had to pick, I'm going to say cover A right here. Nope. I don't know if it's cover A, but
nope.
First one. No? The one with Lobo.
No.
I give up.
Top row, second from the left.
That's what here?
No.
Oh, second from the left. Okay, yeah, right here. Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
That one.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's the one I like.
I kind of like this Supergirl portrait right here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I could get behind that one.
I could see that one being a foil.
That would make a great foil. That would be a wonderful foil. And I kind of hope it is.
Yeah.
That would just be amazing because, in the event of a signing opportunity, because they did it before with Millie Alcock, but she was more known for Game of Thrones spinoff.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. But maybe after Supergirl releases, we'll get another signing opportunity. And I'll be able to get one. I've been told I make a great foil. Oh, very cool. Yeah, here's the covers. Let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, let us know in the chat.
Which one is your favorite? And why is it the Millie Alcock portrait?
Yeah. Olivia's got a question for you, Tony.
Can Captain Atom and Power Girl beat Firestorm in a fight? In your personal opinions in Fury or Firestorm comic series, I would say no. Captain Atom. Well, maybe Captain Atom. Maybe Captain Atom. You know what? I changed my mind. Maybe no. Let's stick with it. Let's say maybe Captain Atom.
No, well, there's a definitive answer for you, Olivia.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's just say maybe. But if you recall, if you've ever seen Legends of Tomorrow, Firestorm, and a lot of people didn't know this, but he can change different molecules around him. He can change the density of object. He can turn bullets flying at him into jelly beans, which he's done. So it's going to be hard for Captain Atom and Power Girl to beat that. Although Captain Atom can absorb radiation, so
yeah,
that might be a problem.
It's a Matt party, Mr. Gretzky 9966. How you doing? Hope you've had a good weekend. I was going to message you just a little bit ago, Matt, and then I'm like, I got this laundry list of things I had to do before Fanboys, and then just kind of ran out of time. Sorry.
Was laundry one of them?
No, well, actually it wasn't. I didn't get to that. So, time to wash the bedding.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Any other DC Comics news to share with us?
Honestly, that's kind of it.
Okay.
Kind of a slow week here. But we'll hopefully get more soon. I know there's some big conventions coming up. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll get some sort of special announcement. There is another one. James Gunn put out on his Twitter account, Lanterns teaser coming tomorrow, Monday the 18th.
Okay.
Don't know what time. He made a teaser of the teaser. This is getting ridiculous, all these teasers. Just give me a trailer and just leave everything alone. Lanterns trailer tomorrow, yes. The big teaser. They teased the teaser with Hal Jordan. I think it's Hal Jordan using his lantern ring to stop some kind of, looks like laser beam coming down from the sky. It looks really cool. I'm excited to see it. It's going
SK,
to be a lot of
you
fun.
need a big neon Green Lantern for your kingdom.
I do. I would love it. It would look wonderful. My LCS has these, I don't know what you call them, but maybe light box posters.
Okay.
It's a poster where you're supposed to put it in a big box and
Mm-hmm.
it projects a light behind them. They have all these posters, but they don't have the box to put it in.
Oh.
And I would love to get some.
Do they have DC's characters?
Yeah, they're all DC characters. Yeah.
You'll have to take some photos for me next time you go.
Yeah. I definitely will. For sure.
Cool. Our friend has popped in. Cliff is here. Hi, Cliff. How are you? Cliff was rubbing elbows with the comic book community and had some photos that I was jealous of.
Everyone's always got photos I'm jealous of, but Cliff always does.
Cliff is awesome. We need Cliff back on the show again. It's been a minute, so Cliff, we need you back on the show.
Yeah. As long as we keep the Legion of Superheroes somewhere else.
Tony's kind of at capacity with his Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah, I'm out of capacity. That's for sure.
Yep. New trailer release for My Adventures with Superman Season 3. Cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen the first 2 seasons. I am aware of what the show is, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Cool. What else? Anything for DC Comics news?
Nothing yet.
All right. So tonight's retro review, we are just doing one book, but it's one really big book.
It's huge.
Yeah, it is a huge book. It's an anniversary issue of World's Finest. I picked this out. It's issue 250 of World's Finest, originally published in 1978. We'll show the cover in a little bit. There's actually one really long story. So at this time, World's Finest were dollar comics, and they had, the Superman Batman team up stories, and then they had Green Arrow, they had Wonder Woman, they had Creeper. And in this anniversary issue, they did a big story with all of the characters with the exception of Creeper together in this 250th Smash issue. It was written by Gerry Conway, who just passed away. So what we're going to do tonight is present both stories to you. Now, the Creeper story was written and drawn by Steve Ditko, and that's the one we're going to do first, even though technically this is the last story in the book. But we're going to do this one first, and then we'll jump into the big story tonight. So, Beware of the Creeper, Return of the Past. So we start out with a man who's being released from prison. His name is Devlin, and he's confronted by Ben Briley from Cosmic TV News. He says, I heard a report that you're going to plan a big crime. And he's like, get lost. And he has his thugs get rid of him too. Kind of knocks him unconscious as they take off in the car. And what he's heard is actually the truth, because now that he's free from prison, he has revenge on 2 people. The prosecutor, who's now a judge, that put him there, and the Creeper, who put him there. So over at the hospital, old reporter Ben Briley has made a phone call to talk to Jack, who of course is the Creeper. And he says, hey, I'm in the hospital. I'm a dead man. Before I die, you got to take care of my Pulitzer Prize winning story. And, he goes and visits him in the hospital. And he's just very over dramatic. He knows he just has a cracked rib at most. And he's like, well, I'll check it out, especially when he finds out, they call him Bruce, is his nickname. When he finds out, when Bruce tells him who has escaped, and he's like, Angel Devlin. And he's like, that's the first person I ever put away, who's also responsible a little bit for me becoming the Creeper. And he's like, I've got to go see exactly what is going on. So as this happens, we get a recap of the Creeper's origin, where there was a doctor, Dr. Watts, famous scientist who created a body-strengthening serum and molecular rearranging device. And the device would enable a soldier to rearrange his uniform and equipment and appear as a civilian. So this way, think about it, like a whole army could arrive disguised as tourists and, do a whole military interaction and then disappear into the quiet population. Well, when Angel Devlin heard about this, he kidnapped him in order to sell this to a foreign power. Well, Jack, the reporter, was going to had a makeshift costume for a party he was going to, which was his creeper costume. He ends up finding the scientist who developed this, and he injected him with his serum and implanted his device in his wound, but in haste, he left out the activator. And that's how he found out that he could change his costume, essentially, and he would go from Jack the reporter into the creeper. And, of course, Devlin ended up killing this guy, and the creeper was able to bring him to justice. So later on, Jack would learn that his wound would heal completely with the device still inside him, and he had the enabler. And even when he would activate the enabler, he couldn't take off the costume or the makeup that he had on. It was just like permanently there. So he used some theatrics and had enhanced strength and this chilling laugh to really scare Devlin and his gang of thugs, and it worked quite well. And he kind of got a charge out of play acting a little bit. And the reaction the thugs had to the creeper decided for him to continue kind of in a superheroic role. So now that Devlin's free and he beat up Bruce, it isn't something a reformed criminal would do. He says, so I don't know what Devlin's up to, but I got to find out. So over at Devlin's hideout, Devlin is wearing a costume. You're going to want to go back up.
Oh, am I too far down? Okay.
Yeah, right there. Devlin is wearing a costume, the first one he wore when he met the creeper. And he says, you know, I'm going to fix this guy. He'll know that it's me and it's the devil at the exact same time when I go to get my revenge on him. And they're like, well, why don't we, you know, the goons are like, why don't we try something a little bit more profitable and a big money caper? And he's like, no, I need to have my revenge. One of the goons hears a sound, he goes out, and there's the creeper, and he is instantly freaked out. And he's trying to find out exactly where Devlin is, what his plan is, and he finds out that it's too late because Devlin is left. He's going after the attorney who's now a judge. Creeper tries calling there. He can't get through, so he calls Bruiser over in the hospital, and he says, look, reach out to the police because I can't, and still keep trying the judge, but I can't get a hold of him. Let him know what's going on. So, over at Judge Holt's chambers, Devlin has arrived. He's got a gun pointed, and a shot is fired right as the creeper busts in. And they're like, you're next on our list. Perfect. So they try shooting him. He realizes the judge is still alive, although he doesn't know to what extent. And the cop sirens start to come. The bad guys have retreated. And he changes to his Jack Ryder persona. So the creeper won't get, accused of shooting him or anything. And he gets taken to the hospital. And in the meantime, his friend, Bruiser there, says, I got to get out of this hospital and get in on the action. So that night at the Cole building, which is where the criminals told the creeper to meet him because they were ready. They heard the sirens come and they said, you meet us at midnight at the Cole building. They're in there waiting for the creeper and they're hearing laughter everywhere and it's dark and they are freaked out and they just start shooting around. They can't find the creeper. They think that maybe he's above us, and he is. Everyone blast him, we got him. And then as he falls down, they realize it was just a dummy decoy. And the creeper has done exactly what he wanted to do. He got them all together out in the open. So the real creeper shows up, and he starts taking the thugs down, and he tells Devlin that you should have left the past alone. Now prison life will be your whole future. Bruiser has shown up, and he doesn't want to miss out on the story. He's like Lois Lane, he's got a bone. He's got to have that story for the paper. And as Creeper has taken them down, Bruiser's there to watch as the police come to scoop up the gang, and he changes back into Jack, his reporter persona, and he tells Bruiser, Bruiser's like, I'm gonna die, this is the end. And he's like, well, I'll write your story up. And then Bruiser in the hospital is a little bit upset that he's been scooped again because already it's been on the news of how, Jack Devlin's been captured in the plot that he was after. And as we end the story here, Jack's kind of ribbing him. Too bad you're dying, Bruiser. I'm sure there's going to be a big breaking cosmic story. Oh, there's one happening right now. And they're like, wait a minute, get my pants, I can make it. And they're like, relax, Bruiser, I was just teasing. I wanted to see how dead you really were. He's like, well, I'll fix you, Jack Ryder. I'll get even for that dirty trick. And that is how the Creeper story ends for issue 250.
Love it. It's interesting to see, how DC, and a lot of comic books back in the day, everyone was a reporter. There were so many reporters. Yep. Nowadays, what's the equivalent? So if you wrote this book today, and Creeper, it was Creeper, and what was his personality, like his human form, if you call it, like, what's the equivalent of a journal or reporter today?
Probably a blogger or someone with a YouTube channel, like the greatest DC comic show on YouTube.
Yeah, a TikToker.
Yeah. Someone trying to bust the scoop first, like a TMZ probably.
Yeah, TMZ. It's the guy who owns TMZ.
Yeah. I want to say hi to Kenneth Bird, who has popped in when we were doing our first review. Hey, Kenneth, hope you're doing well. And Olivia remembers the Creeper from Batman the Animated Series and later on in Justice League. Yeah, as well. Yeah, he's been around a little bit too. So I got some comic books with Creeper. So now we're going to go to we're going to go to our main story right now. What an anniversary cover. What do you think about that one, SK?
Love it. 250th Smash issue.
I like how they have previous World's Finest covers behind them that they're busting through.
That is neat.
This is a Jim Aparo cover. I think it's poster worthy. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I would get this poster.
Yeah, I think it's a cool poster. So,
yeah.
Awesome. Well, SK, you can take it away, as Tony's going to do the first two chapters, and then I'll finish up the story.
Yeah, look at these. I love these cool ads. Like, I don't know why. Just something about these old ads. Every time we read any of these, older books, and they have these cool ads in it, I always stop and look at the ad, and I read everything, even like the small fine print.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much you could buy if you had $5 and a couple of stamps.
True.
Those are the days. So here we start off with Batman and Superman in this beautiful spread page. Look at that. So Superman is saving. Oh gosh, what is this guy's name? I forget. But he's
Superman's
saving.
Bringing Batman back from space, a mission that they just completed.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
I guess I never knew that was Batman. I thought it was a different character. But anyway, so he's bringing. Okay, yeah, I see it now. So he's bringing Batman back from space. Meanwhile, back at Gotham is under attack from Panzers, German Panzers from World War II. And Batman is very confused, as would anybody. So Batman is trying to do his best here to help the Gotham PD. But meanwhile, like these are tanks. It's pretty limited on what he could do. But, this is Batman we're talking about. So he's able to, off of his belt, he's got like, his some kind of like toxic gas dart grenade thing, which once he throws it, it gets sucked into the air vents on some of these Panzers, and they come running out. So when Batman knows that they're out and he goes to confront them, they have disappeared without a trace. So he has a quick powwow with the police and trying to figure out what's happening, where did these go, or where is everything? And there's a figure off in the distance that's coming at Batman, and it's able to punch Batman. Shaped like a man, it punches Batman. Batman goes flying. Again, they have no idea. So Batman is able to watch this guy disappear, and while this guy is disappearing, he can see around him, basically World War II footage, battles of World War II, men of World War II, different armies. Very confusing. Batman says, I don't know what's happening, but I tell you what, though, I'm going to find out. Meanwhile, we join Superman as he approaches Metropolis. And I gotta chuckle out of this line here. Here he is. They're talking about how the world needs petroleum, but he hates the way that these giant ships pollute. I thought that was pretty funny. But he notices, hey, that submarine tailing this oil tanker, that's not normal. Just then the tanker gets hit with a torpedo, so Superman springs into action, goes down there to get the sub, but it's gone. So he's able to drag the I'm sorry, I got that backwards. He goes down to the water, drags the ship onto shore so it doesn't leak into the harbor, and then he goes back to confront this submarine. As he dives down, it's gone. It's just gone, and he sees the same silhouette of the same man, but it's really bright. And Superman seeing the powers of the powerful leaders of World War II, which I thought was pretty cool to see some of the likeness. So Superman and Batman go back to Wayne's headquarters to try to figure this out, and they're talking to Alfred. And this part is really funny too. So they're talking to Alfred, trying to figure this out, and Alfred knows who Bruce Wayne is, but he's like, I don't know why you're wearing that costume, sir. Like, what are you doing? And that's when they learn, like, okay, maybe this is something we need to figure out. So they zip on over to Barry Allen's house, who's wearing the greatest pajamas of all time, right here in this middle panel. And he said, Barry, you're the greatest police detective. Like, we need your help on this. And Barry says, I don't know who you are. Like, get away from me. Closes the door on him. So they said, okay, let's go next down the line. Let's zip over to Themyscira, talk to Wonder Woman. So as they approach Themyscira, the Amazons attack. Crazy. But they are no match for Superman. And they talk to Diana, and they're like, hey, listen, like, you're Wonder Woman, one of the greatest protectors of the entire human race. Like, what is happening? Why are you attacking me? It turns out Wonder Woman is also affected. She doesn't know who Batman and Superman are, but she says, for some reason, I do trust you. Come with me. So we have this great prize ad and an ad for, I don't know what this is, action figures. I don't know what it is. But yeah, Wonder Woman brings them into like a great hall, and she's able to show them, hey, this whole thing. Look at this. I can see it too. We see this, the masked figure. But this is Earth 2, and they can see a different version of Diana, which I thought was pretty wild. But and then we cut over to Oliver Queen and Diana Lance over at somewhere else, and we can see that they're traveling. Not let me back up. Not Green Arrow and Black Canary. So Superman and Batman are going to go off to fly and see if they can figure this out. So here's where we get to Green Arrow and Black Canary.
So one thing real quick. The magic spear on Paradise Island had told them that this Earth 2 Wonder Woman will be able to aid in this mission. And then they said, and these two people, Green Arrow and Black Canary, and no one knows who they are. Yeah.
So we cut to them, and they're having an argument in the middle of the street, which I thought was, typical. And Diana made it very clear that she is not interested in what Oliver has to say. And they have a really cool back and forth here. Oliver says, you could have hurt me. And she replies, that thought crossed my mind. And Oliver says, ever since we had that argument about money, you've been, really moody lately. And they give this little asterisk down here. Go check it out. And World's Fine. It's $2.45. I thought that was pretty cool. So here they're having this, argument. And keep in mind, I didn't know this until I read this issue, but this is not the regular Black Canary. So she's from Earth 2. And in that particular Earth, her husband is dead. So here they are on this Earth. They're trying to make it work. I don't know how that would work. I think about my spouse. What if she died, but I was able to travel to another Earth where I died, and then we just kind of joined together? That would probably be a little messed up. We'd probably have some issues to work out. But yeah, so she's trying to get better at and get better at understanding. She's on edge. She's quick to anger. She's got a temper, and that's understandable. Her husband technically is dead, but here she is with Oliver Queen again.
Well, her husband was a different person on Earth 2.
Yeah. It's not the same. Yeah, it's not Oliver Queen, I should say. But here she is on Earth 2, Earth 1, I should say. With Oliver Queen. So yeah, that'd be weird. I think.
Yeah. So quick backstory there too. This Black Canary, who we don't find out till years later, is the daughter of the original with the mother's memories. We think it's still the original one that was part of the JSA. Her husband sacrificed himself in a JLA JSA crossover. She couldn't take being on Earth 2 anymore, so she decided to go with the JLA when they left, come back to Earth 1 and start her life all over again. And she's kind of, in this story, still realizes that she's mourning her husband yet. Even though it looks like in between panels 1 and panels 2, spaghetti sauce got stirred.
Yeah, I imagine, because here they are at some kind of mansion of his or wherever, and just walking around with a bunch of robes. I imagine they had a pretty big spaghetti dinner.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
no, you're okay. And here we get more appetizers, so to speak. But we jump over to the JLA headquarters via transponder, and Hawkman is there, and they want to maybe resolve these problems on Earth 2, go back to Earth 2, maybe fix some things. Maybe that'll make her feel better, make her feel more comfortable on Earth 1, get some closure, so to speak. So I love the back and forth here between Oliver Queen and Hawkman. This particular line is pretty funny. So they're talking about respect for law enforcement, and Hawkman keeps talking about the police on Thanagar and how respected they are, and how people of Earth and especially Oliver Queen sometimes don't really show great respect for police. And Oliver Queen comes up with some response and said, "That's not respect. Police here kind of rule by fear." And Hawkman says, "Watch your mouth, Archer." Oliver Queen replies, "Watch your beak, Birdman." But Black Canary kind of ends that back and forth pretty quick with a nice little cry. But they kind of explain what's happening. Like, "Listen, pal, we're going to Earth 2. We're going to fix this stuff. And you can't really stop us." And then Hawkman kind of reminds him that, hey, you remember when Superman brought this guy up here and we had to get another Superman to beat him up and, take care of business, but things aren't kind of working too great. But then it was too late. They zipped off into Earth 2. I had to do a double take.
Despite Superman saying don't use the transponder between the two Earths for now, they went anyway.
Yep. And Hawkman here is kind of saying like, "Oh, here we go." I had to do a double take because I had thought Hawkman was unclothed in this bottom scene here.
You thought he was rocking out with his beak out.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go do something else.
No, but what's happening is, without any explanation, starting first with those closest to that transponder tube, people are ceasing to exist.
Yep. Even if they maybe don't understand or didn't like, here we have Barry Allen, who didn't recognize Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know he's defected. The Flash. Yeah, he doesn't know he's the Flash. But here we have the other heroes: the Atom, Green Lantern, Plastic Man, Wonder Woman. Not sure who this is down here. It looks like maybe is this Long? Oh, I know Elongated Man. Who's this guy down here on the left? I don't know who that is.
That's Creeper.
Is that Creeper? Okay, yeah. I thought it was. It was. All right, cool. So here they go, through time, and they end up falling out of the sky in Earth 2, but the year is 1942. They may have gone a little too far back. Wonder Woman is zipping around in her invisible jet and almost collides into him. So that was, not a good day here. But they land here. Yeah, Earth 3 Wonder Woman. So they land, back on Earth 2 in August 13th, 1942, which does play a significant one in history. So they look around after they land. They quickly realize that they are going to stick out. Everyone is wearing clothes from the 1940s. Here they are wearing clothes from the future and from another planet. So not another planet, another dimension. So that's going to be a problem. Wonder Woman shows up, entangles Oliver Queen and knocks around Black Canary for a while, but the ever so clever Oliver Queen has one of his fancy foam plastic yeast arrow things. I'm not sure, but it's able to kind of stop Wonder Woman in her tracks. And they're just kind of explaining like, hey, listen, here's what's happening. We're not here to fight you. You can actually help us. Let's get this figured out. And Wonder Woman kind of agrees to join them and kind of help them out. But here we go to one of his Professor Ransom, who was working on a device to, what do they call it? Yeah, a chronological transponder that will theoretically make the device so we can attack the Japanese in the past. So they're trying to go back in time to, preemptively attack the Japanese with this device. But some thugs show up. They shoot the professor who knows everything about the device. And I'm not, this part kind of confusing. Does he die? It doesn't say that he dies. It just says I'm dying. But we never really see him get any kind of help or if he's alive or anything. I digress. But and that's where the Ravager is born. They're calling this the Ravager, I guess, this beast thing. I'm not sure. That part was a little confusing, but he disappeared into time again. And that kind of ends issue 2. And here we start issue 3, or I'm sorry, chapter 3. And this is where Magic Lasso will take over.
Okay. So once again, we had that mystical being just kind of disappeared at the end. And in chapter 3, we're August 14th, 1942, outside of the White House. The man who used to be Professor Ransom has become something else. So we're realizing that is him there. And, we got the military fighting him. We have the superheroes coming back. And even though they know he can just disappear, Green Arrow is hoping that firing an arrow with a net on it can hold him. And Wonder Woman thinks, well, maybe I can throw my lasso around him and compel him not to be able to change. And she throws the lasso around him, but he fades out and he's gone. And they're kind of in a little bit of a conundrum when all of a sudden 2 people show up, Superman and Batman. And Wonder Woman recognizes them, but also instantly recognizes they're not the Earth 2 Superman and Batman. And Green Arrow and Black Canary know that they're from Earth 1, which means the future from where they're at right now. And they feel good to see them too, although they still don't recognize these people. Earth 1, Superman and Batman don't know who they are. So hours later, we cut over to an abandoned boarding school that has become a hideout for the Sabotage Ring and our criminals. So here we have the guy that we saw previously at the end of chapter 2 with the professor. They shot him and they were trying to steal his device, and they don't have the equipment that they need. And he's like, with the proper equipment, my assistant and I can override Ransom's controls and assume control of the transponder ourselves. They're like, you need to go get it. You need to go do it. And he's like, we need to succeed because I promised my Führer that we would. And unlike my predecessors, I shall. So inside the White House is where they're headed right now. And there's our President of the United States. And they're kind of explaining what's going on. The wacky tale of time travel, how they're from 1978. And in this time, some of them aren't even actually born. So, and he doesn't understand it a whole lot. Batman says, Mr. President, think of it like this. What if someone went back in time and stopped Lincoln's assassination? That's going to change the world exactly as we know it. So when the Ravager moves from past to the present or the present to the past, he's bringing chunks of the previous era with him. That's why we were seeing things like the Panzers that appeared in Gotham City and the U-boats in Metropolis and Japanese Zeros in San Francisco, Then in 1942, there's been similar disturbances like the World Trade Center appearing in Paris, a modern 747 landing on an army airfield, the Gotham City policeman appearing in Tokyo. This is all caused by the Ravager's doing of going through time. So as they're discussing it, an army guy comes in and says, hey, a report on the radio says they're by the Library of Congress. He's there. He's got the army surrounded, and the superheroes know that's where they need to go next. So they head there. Luck's on their side. Ravager hasn't disappeared. They know he could disappear at any time, so they start working as a collective team and go after him. The finest fighters in all of the world, the world's finest. Superman, and one of the effects of just being around all this displaced time and some of the magic that's associated with that, has grown super old, and he knows that maybe even in seconds he'll be too weak to even move. But they have Wonder Woman, and she does the best that she can, but still gets knocked out by the Ravager. Green Arrow realizes that things aren't going well for them because he's got so much energy. He swats them away like flies, and he's like, I can't think that way. Once you think that you're going to give in, you're going to lose. So don't give in. He shoots his arrow, and it's a bullseye. Green Arrow has triggered one of the exploding shafts, but the Ravager isn't even dazed. And he goes and knocks out Batman and Black Canary. At that moment, in the shadow of the south side of the building, we have our criminals that have this neutralizing device that they've been watching, and they want Ransom's machine. And they're like, it's almost go time. We need to go get this. So they start to head in to see if they're able to get the device from him. And some of them are like, who the heck is this guy? And as he goes to grab for it, they all start to disappear. And Green Arrow realizes that he's got a sick feeling that their troubles aren't over. They're just about to begin. So 2 days have passed now, and the team is kind of split up. We have Green Arrow and Batman in an airplane from the 1942s. And we've got Superman and Black Canary separate, and then, Superman alone, and then Black Canary and Wonder Woman together. The strategy is whoever can find him first, contact everyone else, make a beeline over there. According to the G2s, the Germans have captured Ravager somehow and brought him to a top secret Nazi headquarters, and that's what they're trying to locate. So when they get over to Germany, they have met up with some resistance who have agreed to help them. They radioed ahead for some clothes that would get Black Canary and Wonder Woman in disguises and be able to infiltrate the camp, hopefully. So another part of the plan is this whooshing sound that these German soldiers hear that is going through, and it is a bird, it is a plane, nope, it's neither, it is Superman, and he's flying through. He's using his X-ray vision to see where they're keeping Ravager and how he's being held immobile between two poles of giant electromagnet. And so they know where his location is, so that's the first step. He's got to scout the rest of the fortress completely before the others arrive without being seen at super speed. And the other guys are like, it's very drafty here tonight. So Wonder Woman and Black Canary have arrived in their disguises, and they're taking a long time, and they're nervous for a second. The German soldiers answer them in English, and they respond easily in English, which gives things away. As they start to walk past them, they say, oh, you're free to go, and then they turn the guns, they're going to start shooting them. And Wonder Woman realizes what's going on. She gets Black Canary behind her, and she deflects the bullets with a game of bullets and bracelets. Then the two ladies realize what they've done wrong by using English, and that was a test that they had failed. And they knock them out, and they're like, we've got to get in there fast, and we got to hope nobody finds them. And we have to hope, because if they find them, they're going to know that we're here, and our plan's going to go kablooey. Another part of the plan involves Batman and Green Arrow, who have just parachuted and landed, and they are purposely supposed to get caught. And the reason behind that is so they will be hopefully held in the same area where they've got the professor at. And that is exactly what happens. So after they've been knocked out, they awaken, and they're in the same holding area where the professor once was, and he's got a copy, like a smaller electromagnetic neutralizing device that can control Ransom's powers into a more sophisticated version. And he's like, and nothing will stop in our way ever. Ha 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 ha. But who's about to stop in the way, SK? Next page. The ladies are. They jump out of their costumes and disguises and start punching left and right. And there's even Batman and Green Arrow, while they're still bound and held, are being able to help a little bit. The device gets away from our big baddie. Superman catches it. Now everyone's free, and it's a full-out brawl back and forth. And Wonder Woman has captured some of them in their lasso, while Black Canary is using her dukes. And our big baddie has decided, this Axis guy, that, if the Fatherland can't have the chronal transporter, then no one in the world can. He's going to destroy the thing. And as he gets ready to do that, we start seeing this big, I don't want to call it an explosion, but it's they say the description is like time stops, and all of the creatures in reality in this area near the center of this chronal explosion survive, and they're tossed afloat in a temporal river as events from the past and present rush by without meeting, and they say it's sheer madness. Superman has de-aged, as you figured out too, now that he's been away from the magic, and all the heroes can do is try to remain sane with all the craziness that's going on. So Superman notices Ravager's energies are shattering the whole space-time continuum in seconds. There might not be anything left, but there might be a way to reverse the process. If there is, this belt is the key. So he analyzes its structure with his X-ray vision, and he only prays there is enough time. Black Canary and Green Arrow hold hands. They're like, if this is the end, just hold on to me, and this is how we'll go. We'll go together. And in the meantime, Wonder Woman is trying to make sense of everything that has just gone on, especially at the moment, crushed by these insane ambitions of a national of madmen. And she's like, so long as one man or woman draws breath, there is always hope. Hera, help me, I will not despair. So Superman's like, hey, you all get over here. I found us a way out. And they're like, the neutralizer belt? Can you make it work? He's like, well, I've studied the design, and I think I can set the controls, but there's a problem. And Green Arrow's like, spit it out. We don't have a whole lot of time here. And he's like, well, the power pack is damaged. It operates, but its neutralizing field is weak. To reverse the Ravager's chronal energies, it has to be a space within 2 inches of his body when activated. Otherwise, there's nothing. And Green Arrow's like, say no more. I'm a modern William Tell. And they're like, well, you're only going to get one shot at this. And the shot's got to be hard enough without him hitting Superman. He's just got to hit that little small 2-inch area. So Ollie knows he can do it. He counts down from 10. He fires it. And then all of a sudden it hits. I'm sorry, the belt doesn't have to hit Superman. It can't. It's got to hit the thing on the belt, but not on Ravager. And on one impact, it is success. Time flows once more. Everyone starts splitting apart, and they're heading back to where they belong. So Wonder Woman knows they're going back to their metropolis in Gotham City, and she's heading back to Washington and Earth 2, and the others are headed back to Star City. What's going on in the rest of the world is things are being restored. People like Green Lantern and the Flash that didn't know that they were Green Lantern and the Flash. They are coming back. They're back in people's conscious memories and all of that. What turns out to happen is no one remembers that this event happened except for our heroes that participated in it. So in Star City, Oliver's like, Dinah, did that really happen? And she's like, does it matter? But we remember it, Ollie. For time is a river, and a river can only be diverted, not destroyed. Time flows on, life continues, reality has been repaired. And they hold each other close, and she says, and what's the past, after all, is but a memory everyone shares. And he says, Dinah, sometimes you scare me. She says, sometimes I scare myself, Ollie. Remember what I said about holding me? And he says, uh-huh. And she says, do it now. And the memory moves on as the issue comes to an end. So,
very cool.
Let's talk about this story. What are your thoughts?
It was a unique story. Never read it before. I've always liked inter-Earth stories. They've always piqued my interest, so to speak.
Okay.
No, I liked it. Out of 10, I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Was the story too hard to follow?
It was hard to follow.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of references, maybe not so much in yours, but in the first two chapters, there was like, see this issue, see this issue, see this issue. So I didn't
like that they're pulling strings from previous issues to pull together? Because I don't feel like they do a whole lot. Do you think that they still do as much of that in stories?
They don't anymore, but back then I liked it because it's all connected. What's nice is if you were a kid back in the day and you weren't getting these issues on a regular basis, it didn't matter which one you got. You just pick one, and then you could be like, oh, here's a quick
figure
recap
out what happened.
You can go and find it maybe.
Okay.
Out in the wild, which is cool.
Olivia's given it a 7 out of 10. Thanks for sticking with us. So,
absolutely.
That was the anniversary issue of World's Finest.
Very cool.
So we'll move on to the book show portion. How many subscribers do we have now?
17,400 and some change. I forget.
You must have been mad at your subscribers.
Why?
Because you put a video out.
No, I think my subscribers are mad at me. So here I'm looking at some analytics, and when I don't, I'm sorry, I told you wrong. 17,463, so it's only 20 off. When I don't put an episode out for a while, obviously that subscriber count normally just dips 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. I lose now I'm starting to lose 20 at a time, 30 at a time. So I'm like, oh my God, I got to put something out. I think I'm at a spot now where when I put out a video, it doesn't do well right away, but it catches on. There's enough people subscribed where it's starting to snowball. Because keep in mind, I only passed 2,000 subscribers in January, and here we are. It's May, and I'm pushing on 18,000. So that's a lot.
It is a lot. But you did put out a new video this week.
I did, and we talked about. We can talk about it. In fact, I'm going to show it because I don't care. So,
well, I mean, it's out there. So
it's out there. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing crazy. So, there is a video out on my channel, and it talks about my newest addition to my signature collection. It is David Cornswet. Woohoo! Superman.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it came out really well. Not anybody's fault, but the signature on the foil is kind of squiggly. It didn't dry all the way before they put it away. When someone who gets foil signed, this is very common. I can't be mad at it. People got what they got, and it is what it is. But yeah, All Star Comics #1 from Superman Day.
Nice.
Last year, 2 years ago, I forget, 2025. This came out on September 25 with the Superman movie, and it's an eBay exclusive, limited to 500 copies. And I went and I sent mine in to the Star Wars Animated Universe signing. Got it. It came back 9/8. Look at this beautiful, beautiful foil. So very happy indeed.
I purchased from the Star Wars Autograph Universe myself.
Have you sent in a book or just a purchase?
No, they offered you will get. They had an exclusive cover that you could buy from them. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So if you want to learn the backstory about this book, how I got it, all the back end details, it's up on my channel. Take a look. We go into a little bit more deeper dive in how I got it and the story behind it. So there you go. Take a look. It'll be fun.
Any content coming?
Lots of content coming.
You're like, you just got a video from me. What more?
Yeah, what do you want? What do you want? You just got one. Lots of content coming. This is a pretty busy time a year for me. I have several work projects I'm trying to juggle along with, trying to do life here, taking the kids to amusement parks and whatnot. So I'm a little tied up at the moment, but hopefully summer's coming. Kids are going to summer camp. I'm going to have a little bit more time to do stuff. So stay tuned.
Awesome. So for my channel, I always like to talk about what's currently on the channel, and then we'll talk about what's coming to the channel. What's currently on the channel is the back issue of the week, which was on Aqualad. Now, SK, 1.1K views. Who knew that many people were interested in Aqualad?
I wouldn't have bet money on it.
But it did, so thank you guys for watching that. I appreciate it. It was a Teen Titans Spotlight issue. And then my Lassoed Loot video that's currently on the channel, the new one, Volume 284, is an all DC Comics haul. We got some first appearances in this video and more. We even have Lady Cop thumbnail. Can't go wrong, right?
Yeah, Lady Cop, always.
What's coming to the channel? Back issue of the week YouTube short tomorrow focuses on one of my favorite Marvel female characters. So, yeah, that will be dropping tomorrow morning. Oh, thanks for watching, Olivia. I truly appreciate that. On Tuesday, the Lasso Loot video, as I said, is an AOK from a guy that was in the chat just a little bit ago. White Tiger, Cool, Calm, Collected, Ruby G. Just sent me something. I just got done opening it and filming it before we went live on the show. So that video will be dropping on Tuesday afternoon. Make plans to look for that. As for a book show, this issue of World's Finest, I said this era is my favorite era, but this issue specifically had so many throwbacks to other issues. I decided to just grab a couple issues from that era and share them with you. So here's issue 244, where they started the dollar format and had backup stories with Green Arrow, Black Canary, Wonder Woman, and Vigilante, the Wild West guy.
Very cool.
And then I picked 245.
I like that one.
Yep. This next one is really good. 246.
I think I've seen that one a few places. That's probably one of the more common issues that I come across in the wild.
Yeah. So this is the one that, Tony, you mentioned in your story that there had been two Supermen that had to stop the transponder thing. I think this is the one where that came from.
Oh, nice.
I think. Or it could have been a Justice League book, but regardless, there's two Supermen. And then one more that I just grabbed. There's more from this dollar era, but I just grabbed this one.
I've never seen that cover.
You've never seen that one?
That one's wild.
The Superman flag's pretty cool.
That's cool. I'm not sure about the Nazi salute Superman.
No, that's not the best, but yeah. So that's what I decided for my book show tonight. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Let's see. SK, are you going to Disney World?
I was at Disney World. Was it 2 years ago? Last year? I don't remember. I think it was 2 years ago. I was at Disney World. So I'm not due for another Disney trip for another 2 years, but definitely will be going to Disney World. So here's my main complaint about Disney World, right? Disney World missed a huge opportunity with the Avengers. They need to have an exclusive Disney World comic shop with Disney exclusive covers. You can only get, you can't buy them online. Someone's got to pay the price to get in the park, walk their feet wide down there and pick up a cover. That would be really cool.
DC has that in Burbank with at their gift shop for the Burbank studio tours. They got some exclusive art covers, or had some, because I own some of them.
I gotta go there, man. That would be one heck of a vacation.
Yeah,
I really wanted to go this year, but I just can't.
Yeah,
that would be a lot of fun.
What are your thoughts on the newest issues of Tom King's Wonder Woman comic series? Do you have any thoughts, or is that one?
You're the expert, man. You're the expert.
I like just about anything Wonder Woman. I think I'm glad that the Mouse Man story wrapped up. I loved how the current issue, or current for a couple more days, last month's issue, how it ended. There he was, and he said, "It's been a long time, Princess. God, I missed you." And then it ended, and I'm like, oh, that's everything I wanted it to be. Now, the new issue of Wonder Woman is coming out this upcoming Wednesday. SK, do you think that somehow I might have read that already?
I believe you. You're the magic lasso. Keyword there is.
Have you ever seen a photo of me holding up next week's issue already?
I think I've come across it once or twice.
Yeah. Next week's issue, it's all right. It's not as good as last month's issue was. So the April issue is better than the issue that's about to come out. There's still some good stuff in the issue that's about to come out. The second page is a full page splash. That's my favorite page in the issue. So just saying. And Bobby has stopped by. He says, no more exclusives. None. Get rid of that.
I would agree. Not for whatever reason, DC gives every comic book shop, if they want it, an exclusive store variant. That bothers me.
No, they let any comic book shop that wants to pay for one have one.
Yeah, but it's stupid. Don't do that. That I hate that, because I might want a shop exclusive, but it's all the way in Washington State, Please, and they only have 50 of them.
SK, I had exclusives for Wonder Woman 750 that were in other countries.
I believe it.
And I had to order it. Australia. Do you know how expensive it is to ship from Australia to the United States? It's expensive.
There's a couple of dollar dues. That's okay. That makes sense, but I don't know. I hate the store exclusives. That drives me nuts. I'm okay with the exclusives, like, hey, you got to come down here to DC headquarters. They should have exclusives. It's DC headquarters. Same thing with Disney. That makes sense. They should have an exclusive, but not Bob's Comic and Toy Emporium in Tempe, Arizona, that's open 3 days a week. Who cares?
Time's out. I got a question.
Yeah.
Pick me. I got a question.
Yes. You.
Okay. Why can't, because you can have this, I'm just letting you know, okay? Why can't there be a Signature King YouTube channel Shazam exclusive cover?
There will never be. But
why can't there be?
Because the owner of said channel said no. There could be, sure. Maybe in some other alternate reality, go to Earth 2. Maybe that guy's got one, but too many.
He does, but you know what the problem is?
What?
It's Carol Danvers.
It's the wrong Captain Marvel.
It's the wrong Captain Marvel.
I like it. That's funny. No, yes. It drives me nuts. So,
see, Olivia knows that was a good question.
It's a good question. I like exclusives when they make sense. There's some shops I think should have. Mile High Comics. They absolutely should have one. Midtown Comics, one of the largest comic book shops in America. They definitely should have one.
Anyone can have one.
Why
do you have to be to a certain level that the kingdom has decided?
Because then there's too many covers. So if
there's too many covers already,
there's exactly my point. Exactly. Why
even
are we
without the exclusive
gas on the fire?
There's too many covers.
Why are we throwing gas on the fire? Just let it burn and let it die.
I say there should be under what you're saying. There should be a maximum. You can't have more than 5 covers for any printing per issue. And
now, if it's
you have your A, you have your B, you can have a foil, you can have a blank, and then you can have an exclusive somewhere.
Sure, but I would open that up to, okay, our DC could say our top 10 biggest accounts. These guys, we're going to offer them an exclusive cover. Sure. Other than that, I don't even, my LCS
it DC
sometimes.
Or is it the distributor? Because those
I don't know who makes that decision. I don't know who makes that decision.
I would think it would be, the distributor is the one who takes the order.
That's true, but DC does the commissioning. They do the artwork. They say who's doing what issue. Yeah. Absolute 100 variant covers. Next issue of Absolute Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It's a joke, but it's not a joke at the same time. You know how many? Think of the Batman Catwoman issue.
The wedding.
Was it? Yeah, wedding issue. It was number 50, I think.
50.
They had over 120 variant covers.
Absolute Batman 20 that came out this week has just under 150 variants.
Why? And then DC will turn around and complain, oh, our artists are, asking for too much money on these commissions. Or maybe DC cut back and maybe just do 10.
How about that, Tony? A coverless variant.
Coverless variants? That'd be stupid.
I kind of like
like it.
I actually kind of like that.
It's interesting. What they should do is what were they back in the day? Not the 3D glasses, but you had to look at it with a UV light to read it. UV cover.
Mm-hmm.
You could look at it regular and it was one story, but if you put on the glasses, it was another story. That'd be cool.
The Wonder Woman comic book with the most variant covers is 750, and I've done a video on my channel that shows every single cover in one video.
I remember that. That came out. Was it last year?
No.
2 years ago?
No. This is more like 4 or 5 years ago. So.
Oh, see, I have no concept of time apparently. I remember when that issue came out, and we were talking off backstage somewhere. Yeah, you were broke, but you made you broke.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe DC made you broke. I don't know how you're doing it, but that I can't imagine being a collector of a specific character with the mentality of I have to have every single variant cover that comes out of this issue, and there is over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of covers.
I don't know how the Batman completists do it.
Batman is another character that gets absolutely. Thank God that some of my favorite characters might get a D copy or an F variant, but never goes to X45,
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
As we bring Fanboys Live and the Retro Review for this week to a close. Next week's special guest. Who is it? Tell us, Signature King. Who is our guest next week?
It's me. No, I have no idea who's the guest next week.
It's a returning guest.
Oh.
It's Joel the Geek.
Joel the Geek.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Joel the Geek, I just had a strange realization. So, he follows my LCS on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Because on Instagram, if you're looking at a feed or something, it'll say, who else follows this guy? I was like, oh, Joel the Geek. He lives all the way on the West Coast somewhere, follows my little tiny shop all the way here on the East Coast.
Joel's a good supporter of everyone.
He is.
Would you like a Super Son, Supergirl one-shot comic?
Super Son, Supergirl one-shot comic. Nah, I'm good. Pass.
Okay.
Pass.
So we look forward to visiting with Joel next week for Fanboys Live in the Retro Review. Thanks to everyone for coming and showing up. If you watched on the Rewind, thank you as well. It's been the greatest DC comic show on YouTube, Fanboys Live in the Retro Review. We'll catch you next week. Say bye to Dolly. Bye.
Later, Dolly.
Bye.